Welcome to the Live Wide Open podcast. I'm your host, Randy B. Ramirez, the high performance mentor, and I'm here to lead you to become the best version of yourself. This show raises the bar for all the more sport enthusiasts. Holding it wide open is just what we do. Being a good person is who we are, and living our lives to the fullest is the lifestyle that we choose. Yo, my brother, your biggest problem right now, guess what? It's not your situation. Despite of life being hard, despite life being challenging, despite things being harder than ever, right? The problem is not your situation. The problem is the way you're looking at your situation. Like, just think about it. Like, any situation you could think about it. Like, if you're on a job site, something breaks, right? You don't just stand there complaining. You fucking go and you grab a tool and you go fix that, right? If you're in the garage, and the engine isn't running right? You don't cry about it. You go grab a wrench. You go grab something or a socket or fucking maybe even your laptop to go see what's going on, and then you go fucking fix that engine, right? And so in life, what happens is that most of us men, we don't have tools, just like we would do on the garage, just like we would do on a job site, just like we would do in school or whatever it is. Like, we have tools that help us fix the problem that's going on. And so when pressure hits, what happens when we don't have tools for life? They end up sitting there. We end up sitting there and we get stuck in our own heads, spiraling out of control. Spiraling. And it's so fucking easy to go down that route. Man, it amazes me how easy it is to think negatively. It amazes me how easy it is to fucking make up all these excuses why you don't want to do it, of all this shit. But it amazes me because if it only was that easy, for the contrary, to put positive thoughts in your mind, to put empowering thoughts in your mind, to put positive emotions, positive feelings. Like, I wish it was as easy as letting the dark ones thrive. Right? And so I say that because that used to be me, right? Like, man, like a negative thought would come. I don't want to work on this, or I don't want to do that, or like, and I just would start talking to myself down. Like, and I wouldn't even realize it. I would spiral out of control, one negative thought into another one, into another one, into another one, into another one. And before I know it, my heart was racing, and I was like, yo, what the fuck is going on here? Right? And that used to be me all the fucking time until I found this one tool that fucking changed everything for me. And the one tool is simple. It's called the reframe. Bro, and when I've been, what I was going to say is, when you're able to apply the reframe to your life, things start to change. And it might not change right away, dog, but you start doing it, and then you start surprising yourself, and then you start thinking, like, man, I would have already blown up right now. But I reframed the situation. I changed my mind. I restructured the how I think about things. And now I move different, I act different, I roll different, I am different. All because I was able to reframe the situation. You see, your mind is wired to go negative. That's just how our brains are. That's just how our brains are wired. They're wired to go fucking negative. Your brain, what happens is that it defaults to survival mode. It doesn't default to success mode. It defaults to survival mode. And so it wants to go negative. Your mind is going to look for the danger. It's going to look for the problems. It's going to look for the worst case scenarios. It's going to look for everything that could go wrong. Right? And that's why your first thought is usually like, oh, this is fucking too hard. Oh, I can't do this. Oh, what if I fail? Oh, what if it all blows up? Oh, what if it just doesn't work out? Right? And my brother, that is not weakness. That is just programming. That is how we're built. That is just how our mind works. But here's the thing that I've realized. If you don't learn to interrupt your mind, if you don't learn to reframe your situation, then what happens is that it runs the show. It runs your life. It dictates what route you're gonna take. And what happens is that a long day, yeah, I'm exhausted, right? Because I've had a long day, because I'm stressed, because I had a lot going on. What happens? You end up skipping the workout. You end up showing up home like shit. You end up showing up like all fucking stressed and all this shit, right? Because you let your mind run the show. Like, think about it. Just like at work, you have massive amount of stress going on, right? You're always like, oh, this might not work. This is gonna blow up. I don't know about this. This is like your mind will automatically go to all the negative shit. Same thing with when your relationship has tension, right? You're gonna be thinking, oh, this is too much. Oh, this is not gonna work out. Oh, she's not gonna think the same. Oh, like, why am I gonna even try it? It hasn't even worked out before. Because your mind will always go back to the fucking problems. And this is why you need to learn to reframe the situation. It's not the situation that's happening to you. It's how you're looking at the fucking situation, my brother. You see, your first thought is automatic. All of us, our first thought is bam, it just pops up. But your second thought, my brother, it's a fucking choice. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna let your first thought run the show, or you're gonna be able to reframe the situation. You're gonna be to adjust, to change your perspective, and to make it the choice that you want to do. You see, the reframe is your tool that I'm talking about. And it's not no fucking physical tool that you're gonna go grab. It's a mental tool that you're gonna go think about, and you're gonna go remind yourself that it's not the situation. It's how I'm looking at this fucking situation that's gonna make the difference between whether it's gonna make me or it's gonna break me. You see, the reframe is how you take control in real time, my brother. Straight up. Reframing equals a shift in perspective instantly. And man, and I will say this, it's so much easier to say than to implement it, because when you're in the moment, when you're in there, making it like and life is hard, the stress is building, the challenges are up, the pressure is on, like it's very, at the beginning, it's very challenging to reframe it. And even if you remember to reframe, you're like, oh, fuck that shit. You're not in the mood. You won't. But that's where the meditation comes in. That's where the prayer comes in. That's where working on yourself every day comes in. That's where trying one more fucking time comes in. Because when you do it repetitively and all those things start to stack up day after day after day after day, then they start reframing, and then you start looking back and you're like, man, I would have fucking blown up, but I reframed it. I switched my mindset on it. Like, I would have gave up. I would have not done this shit. I would have got home and I would have been flipped out. I would have stressed out. I would have let all my anger out on them. And they don't deserve that. Got it? And so now I reframe my situation. Now I'm doing better. I ain't fucking perfect, but I'm learning to reframe and to grab that tool and apply it almost every single day. And that's been the biggest game changer that I can tell you that I've been able to apply to my life. That's been the single most badass fucking tool that has been able to really transform my life. The reframe. You see, because you go from, I have to do this, to I get to do this. Right? Or, oh, this is too hard. And then you start looking at things like, man, this is fucking building me. Right? Or like you start thinking of like, oh, why is this happening to me, God? Right? And you start reframing that and you start saying, what are you trying to teach me, Father? I know you don't give me anything that I can't handle. What are you trying to teach me? Bro, and so the reframe works. Like, it's an analogy for how you use your hammer for construction. Right? Or how you use your wrench to fix things on your car, right? It's how you transform your mindset. When you're able to reframe your situation, you're able to reframe your perspective on how you're looking at things. That's why they say change the way you look at things, and the things you look at change, right? The situation didn't change. Your reframe and how you start looking at the situation changed. And that right there can fucking completely shift how you're gonna do, what you're gonna do, and how you're gonna act. You see, like think about it like this. Like, you're tired after work, right? And your mind will automatically say, oh, just skip the fucking gym, or just skip the workout, or just skip the thing that you said you were gonna do after work, right? Like, you deserve the rest, right? Like, you deserve to get home and put your fucking feet up, right? And then the reframe comes and says, nah, bro, nah, this is where winners separate. Right? I need to go one more rep. I need to do this because I said I was going to do this. I knew it was going to be hard when this comes to this. And this is what's going to build me up. And so when you do the reframe, you shift your perspective, and it increases your chances of doing the thing that you said you were going to do when you were excited, when your energy was up, when the frequency was up, when you felt like you were in the mood. And then all of a sudden, when you got home and when you're tired and when you're exhausted, you don't want to do it anymore. You got to be able to reframe yourself so you can get back to work, so you can take the action you need, so you can make things happen. You don't just wait for motivation. You change the frame and you fucking take action. You see, the reframe doesn't change your situation, my brother. What happens is the reframe changes who you become in the situation. And so when you're able to reframe, when you're able to change your perspective, when you're able to shift how you look at things, what you do, how you act, and who you become is completely different. Straight up. Like when you shift from mind to heart, that's really what helps you perceive or persevere through the challenges. Because a lot of the times your mind's gonna make up the excuses, your mind's gonna look for the problems, your mind's gonna show you all the reasons why you can't. And this is why they say when your why is big enough, your how will reveal itself. Because so many times we're like, oh, this is challenging, this is difficult, how the fuck am I gonna do this? Why, how, like this and that. And like, bro, when your why is big enough, your how will reveal itself. And so learn to reframe your situation. Learn to shift from your mind down to your heart. Use your fucking heart, use your soul, use how you care about the man that you're becoming in order to help you do more, achieve more, and become more. You see, your mind focuses on how hard it is, but your heart, my brother, your heart remembers why it fucking started. You see, the mind is going to calculate the effort. It's going to look for the exits. It's going to want comfort. But your heart, it's going to hold the purpose. Your heart is going to anchor your identity. Your heart is going to drive your perseverance. Your heart is what is going to get you to keep going when the going gets tough, my brother. Like, think about it like this. Your mind is going to tell you, how am I going to keep this up? Like, I can't tell you how many times I've been running long distance and my mind's like, oh my God, I can't go. How am I going to keep this up? How am I going to keep this up? And yet my heart, I want to transfer it to my heart. I'm like, yo, I'm going to do this because my family needs this version of me. I'm going to keep going because I said I was going to keep going. I'm going to keep going because the man that I am becoming does not fucking quit. And so when I switch from my mind to my heart, it becomes so much easier. Like, think about it. Like, look, another quick little example. When you think about your mind will automatically say, this is too much. I can't handle this, right? But then your heart will say, this is what I signed up for. I knew it was going to be tough, but this is what's going to make me. This is not what's going to break me. And so when you move from your mind to your heart, it helps you reframe the situation with more fire, with more purpose, with more fuel to fucking do the thing that you said you were going to do. And that's what it becomes. It's not about this grand gesture or this big move or this big one fucking thing that you need to do in order to create the life you want. No. It's all about the small things. It's all about the daily tasks that you do day in and day out and day out and day out and day in and day out. And you repeat them and you repeat them and you start becoming better and a little bit better and a little bit better. And all of a sudden you look back and you start stacking all those days and you're like, holy fucking shit. Damn, the improvement has happened. And you start feeling proud of yourself, right? And so when you feel the resistance come up, my brother, catch your thought. Like, catch yourself. Again, it's way easier said than done. And I promise you that when you first start to apply it to your life, it's going to be challenging and you're going to be like, fuck the reframe. But if you really want to improve, if you really want to change your life, if you really want to become the man that you said you were going to become, then you need to learn to reframe the situation, because it's not the situation that's holding you back. It's the way you're looking at the fucking situation. So change your thought. Catch it when it happens. Like, it happens to all of us. I guarantee you it's going to happen to you too. It's already probably going to happen to you. So catch your thought, reframe the situation, anchor your why of why you're doing this, and then go at it again. Time and time and time again. And I'm going to be perfect. Not all the time you're going to succeed, but I promise you that you keep doing it, you're going to keep getting better, and you're going to keep improving, and you're going to keep looking back, and you're going to keep surprising yourself. You're like, holy fucking shit, I can't believe I've grown so much. Wow. And so, bro, when you focus on your why, the how figures itself out. It really does. It really does, my brother. So learn to reframe the situation. It ain't going to be easy, but it's going to be fucking worth it. I promise you this. And so my question for you as we wrap up this episode is, what is one situation in your life right now that you've been looking at the wrong way? Bro, I can tell you that I have a lot of them in my life, and reframing them has really changed my perspective of how much effort I'm going to put in, on why I'm going to do it, and about why I'm not going to fucking quit. And so what is one situation in your life right now that you've been looking at the wrong way, my brother? And my challenge for you is, for these next 24 hours, every time a negative thought comes into your mind, I want you to catch it. I want you to reframe it. And then I want you to take the fucking action necessary to make that shit happen. No excuses, no exceptions. This is all up to you, my brother. You see, you don't need a new life. What you need is a new fucking perspective. Because the moment that you change the frame is the moment that the fucking game changes. And when the game fucking changes, you start feeling fucking powerful. You start feeling fucking fire. You start feeling fucking confident. You start feeling like you can take on the fucking world. And this is what it's all about. So let's fucking get it. Yo, I'm driving the checkered flag deep into the ground, claiming victory for every single wide open warrior that's out there. My brother, this is your wake-up call. Break the chains, step out of the average, and become that badass motherfucker that you were born to be. This Live Wide Open movement isn't just a podcast. This is a mission that God has stamped in my heart, and helping you rise is the purpose I live for. So lock this shit in and hit that subscribe button so you never miss another episode. And you have today's message and lit that fire in your chest, then don't you dare keep this shit to yourself. Fuel another brother. Send this to another mortarhead. Send this to another gearhead. Send this to another warrior who's hungry for more. Because the truth of the matter is that building a better life for your family is non-fucking negotiable. You got people who are depending on you. You've got a legacy to create. And those excuses that keep popping up in your mind, my brother, they're never going to feed the fucking table. That's why it's time to get up. It's time to lock in. And it's time to get to fucking work, dog. This is your moment. This is your mission. This is your movement. And Wide Open is the fucking way. Let's go.